Howdy, folks. My name is Marble, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, my name is Ray, and my pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Mars, and my pronouns are they, them. And it's time to draw a card from the deck of friendship. This is a podcast where each and every week we watch episodes of an anime that is based on a real-life game. And this week we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 episodes 41 and 42, otherwise known as The Wrath of Rebecca and The Ties of Friendship, but otherwise better known as The Girl from America and The Deadly Shadow Ghoul.
We're talking about Rebecca. She's
Rebecca's
the Deadly Shadow
Ghoul.
Rebecca,
Yeah,
yes.
Or is it Teddie? Is Teddie the Shadow Ghoul?
Well,
so we got closure.
Shadow Ghoul is The Girl from America, and
Yes.
I'm glad we're all clear on this.
They are synonymous.
Yes.
So we got our closure. We did it.
Yes.
This is
We
what
did
we
it.
This is what
the
we
real-
wanted by watching an extra episode last week.
Yeah.
We finally got it. You know, Yugi got his prize, and Joey got his dollars,
Mokuba got his brother.
and people got their souls back, which is cool. And
Yeah.
Bakura's still kind of scary.
Yeah,
Still kind of scary.
we don't really see Bakura after he's like he's got
I won the actual prize.
yeah.
The Millennium Eye is mine.
He's got the eye, he's got the ring. He's the only character who has 2 Millennium items now.
Yeah,
Do you think
now
you
the
washed
balance
it?
has
Do you
shifted.
think he washed the eye?
Oh.
He took it out of Pegasus's face. You think he
Yeah.
washed it?
I mean,
and
yeah.
And so we at some point we did have a little bit of a talk about whether it was like a eye replacement or like an eye patch. But we see it and it's like an orb. So
It is an orb.
It's
yeah.
an eye replacement.
So
Yeah. Sort of not great to think about.
yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna say I hope so.
I hope he washed it.
I hope he washed it.
And I hope Pegasus, honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
I
All
hope
we
he's
got
alright.
was instead of Pegasus, we got Croquet saying he's sick.
Yeah.
He's sick, don't worry about it.
He couldn't be here to give you your prizes because he's sick.
Croquet just very unceremoniously gives Yugi the prize money, which immediately goes to Joey. So I guess, yeah, the handing over the card a couple of episodes was just symbolic.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was nice. It was good to see.
Yes, it was
Did
nice.
the heart good.
Yeah. And then Croquet finally hands Yugi the Ties of Friendship card.
Very important card made by Pegasus himself.
Yes. That we never learn the effects of in these episodes.
It's only one of a kind.
Yeah.
So, no spoilers, obviously, for future seasons, but I just wanted to go ahead and look up the card. And on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, when you look up a card, it tells you what episodes it's in. We're not going to see it again for 100 episodes.
But it does come back. Okay, that's interesting.
It does come
It
back.
is interesting.
but
Yeah.
not
okay.
for a-
All
100
right,
episodes.
I'm glad. That's
Here-
good. That's probably like endgame stuff,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Maybe. Here's the other thing. It's anime only, and
Yes.
it doesn't have an effect, it seems like.
It's just a reminder of your friends.
Yeah.
So you
It's
can
gonna
summon
do-
the heart of the cards.
It's gonna do whatever the plot needs it to do 100 episodes from now.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what that thing is? The thing that it does is it brings Rebecca back into the plot. That's
Exactly.
Yeah,
They're gonna be like, remember Rebecca?
Remember
and you're like,
Rebecca?
no. And they're like, come on, remember Rebecca, ties of friendship? And you're like, not really.
Do you remember
and then they're
Teddie?
like, come on.
Do you remember
Come on,
Teddie?
remember the prize.
You remember Teddie. You remember Mike Pollock. And you're like, oh, the episode with Mike Pollock. Gotcha.
Yeah, Eggman is in this episode. Another tie to
Yeah.
Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another layer, another layer, another layer.
And we thought we were done with that.
Yeah, so these 2 episodes, we thought it was a 1-parter, turns out it's a 2-parter, and then the next 2 episodes of Deck of Friendship are 4-part episodes, which is gotta be fun. But these last 3 episodes are basically just the little mini filler arcs between season 1 and season 2. And we actually had people asking if we were going to cover these episodes. And yes, we are, because we're here and you're listening to it.
Hello.
It's still part of the show.
Yeah.
It's still part of the show. We're still in it.
Yeah.
And for better or worse, because honestly, episode 40, what was it? The one where they just talk about ancient Egypt for a really long time and they travel through Yugi's brain labyrinth. Honestly, didn't need it.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
Well,
could have lived without it.
We'll get into that stuff more in a second, but first, we're officially off of Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah.
We are off of the island. I hope that everybody got a good meal when they landed.
That had to have been the first thing.
Yeah,
I hope.
I imagine Joey was just like, guys, we gotta go to Burger World. Why was that?
That
was not. That's not a Joey
we gotta
voice.
go to Burger World.
We gotta go to
World.
Whoa.
Why is this difficult?
Why is it
Because we're
hard?
not on Duelist Kingdom anymore.
Yeah, Duelist Kingdom gave us the Joey powers, but they've been sapped away from us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
no.
gone. It's gone. So before they left the island, however, after they, collected all of their rewards and whatnot, we get this really okay scene of Kaiba leaving Duelist Kingdom, reuniting with Mocha, but that part was sweet. The part that was maybe not as sweet was when he looked at Yugi and said, next time we'll have a duel because our duel was undecided and unfinished, so we don't really know who was better. And that's a funny way of putting it after you basically stood on a ledge and were like, if you even think about winning this duel, I will jump off a building.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that Yugi won. It's okay to ask for a rematch, Kaiba. A little humility would go a long way here.
Yeah,
That's the next step in his arc.
I don't think you have the right to say the match was undecided when you were about to lose, and then you were like, well, if I lose, I'm jumping off a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kaiba. That's Kaiba's next major arc is humility.
Yeah, at the very least, it was a nice touching scene where he, finally showed a shred of respect for Yugi and his friends, and also got reunited with Mokuba, and he thanked Yugi for saving Mokuba.
Because Mokuba is literally his entire world.
Now, he did thank Yugi for saving Mokuba, but he didn't necessarily seem to fully understand why.
I don't think he cares.
that very well may be true.
Yeah, I think
he's just glad Mokuba's back, no matter the circumstance.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting Mokuba back. He has the key to Kaiba Corp. They wouldn't believe that I work there.
He is the key to Kaiba Corp.
He is the key. I just knocked my jar of peanuts over.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. It was close.
All right.
It just probably didn't sound very good.
What I want to know is that since they all decided to get a ride with the Kaiba brothers, how did they all fit on that helicopter? Because there were like 6 of them.
I mean, look, I'm sure that Kaiba issued the luxury helicopter.
That or they just made a few trips.
Who was sitting on whose lap? I need to know.
Bakura and Tristan kept switching who was sitting on who.
Okay. Just to make sure each other's legs didn't, get numb.
Yeah.
I think Taya had her own seat.
Yeah, Taya has her own seat.
Mokuba and Kaiba shared.
I guess Mai went home on the boat.
Mai swam. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Mo? Mai used her powerful kicks and just swam all the way home. She actually got there first.
Yeah.
She tornado kicked across the ocean. She never actually touched the water. She was just kicking in midair.
It's an amazing thing to visualize. I love it.
Or did she tap into the ancient shadow powers and summon Harpy Lady in real life and they just flew across on a beautiful sunset?
Yeah. Like Bakura do.
Yeah.
Like Bakura did, yes.
This is a choose-your-own-adventure book.
How did Mai get back? It's your choice.
Mai will remember that.
So... Bakura gets Pegasus's eye. That happens.
That's gross.
They're back on the mainland.
And then they're back on the mainland, and Grandpa is out of the hospital.
Grandpa's out.
And then immediately Rebecca shows up and says, I've been waiting outside of Game Shop for days.
Yeah.
Also, I'm the future producer of Steven Universe. That's the joke. Rebecca Sugar.
It's me, Rebecca Sugar. And I'm
Sugar.
The embodiment of America.
I have a major arc ahead of me, but this is the beginning of it.
Alright, so Rebecca, who is a young child prodigy duelist, shows up.
Yes.
And says, your grandpa stole my grandpa's blue ice white dragon. Give it back right now or so help me.
Yeah, and Rebecca is, I guess, the American champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to take away from
Yes.
her whole thing. Now, Rebecca is a little bit, we'll just say abrasive.
She's a little bit...
got a type A personality.
Yeah,
you know?
a little bit.
A little bit. Just comes in and demands cards from a man who just got out of the hospital.
She doesn't even know that. They don't even address that.
They do eventually,
Well,
but not
eventually,
immediately.
but not in front of her. And so she's asking for this card, and instead of everyone just being like, Kaiba destroyed it, they're just like, oh, yeah, oh.
Yeah, like, they almost say it, but it's more like they say, you don't understand, and you really don't understand. They say that a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, you don't get it, Kaiba destroyed the card.
Yeah, have you heard about the bad man Kaiba?
Apparently,
Kaiba,
their duel
owner of
was
Kaiba
incredibly publicized, so I feel like maybe that information is out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But I guess Google wasn't around yet.
Hey, remember that big duel where I beat Kaiba? Yeah,
You'll never believe what happened just moments before.
Yeah, little context.
Do you know Big Capitalist Kaiba who wants all of the blue ice white dragons? Do you know him? Yeah,
he tried to kill my grandpa is the thing.
And he also destroyed the blue ice. But more importantly, he tried to kill my grandpa.
Yeah.
What do you mean your grandpa's more important than the blue eyes white dragon?
Alright. That's it.
That's in character. That's in character.
Yeah.
That's basically in character.
And then Rebecca challenges an old man to a duel, and the last time that happened, he ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
So he was like, no thanks.
She's like, he's like, okay. Grandpa's like, okay, we'll duel. And Yugi's like, no, don't do that. Your health is not great right now.
And then
so
they go
duel
to Kaiba Land.
Right.
Oh, they do, don't they? Because they need to use their machines.
Instead of just sitting down and having a duel.
Yeah, just sitting at a cafe, having a little duel.
I don't think that's allowed anymore.
No.
Yeah, no chill.
Mm-mm. And Mokuba's there, because, who's gonna run Kaiba Land? Of course it's Mokuba.
Yeah.
And Mokuba sneaks them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's a good little commie.
They're apparently booked for months for duels. People are booking duels months ahead of time.
I mean,
but here's the thing. Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Why do you think Kaiba's rich? Like, this is a good thing for money.
I mean, for sure.
Go duel with real monsters.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's cool. But it's just
also, it's just cool. It's like I want to bring my Pokemon cards and put them on a thing that makes Pokemon real.
I found it. So here's the thing that they don't seem to show is that Kaiba Land isn't just a building where duels happen. Kaiba Land is a whole indoor amusement park.
Ooh.
And in fact, there is I don't know what generation of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is from, but there is a map, Disneyland style, of Kaiba Land.
Oh my god.
Cute.
That's
I
amazing.
Love that. Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I actually love this.
Can we go there?
I would love
field trip.
I want to go to Kaiba Land. Legit.
Oh no. It's the day we were supposed to go to Kaiba Land and I forgot my permission slip.
Oh no.
Did Kaiba tear it up?
Professor Hawkins will never let you on the bus.
Mars, can you sign this and just make it look like my mom's?
I don't know. I don't like lying, but...
Ray!
Yeah, here, give it to me.
Okay, thank you.
Marble's mom. Smiley face.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll believe this.
I mean, if they need more proof, just let me know. I'll do it again.
Absolutely.
Professor Hawkins, Marble forgot her slip.
I swear, no. Shh, Mars, don't Mars.
Wow, I thought, Mars, you're out.
No, I didn't.
Can you let her on the bus anyway?
That's not how you do that, Mars. Kindness won't win every day.
Why can't we just ask?
Because they're adults and adults don't listen to children.
You see, they have been steeped in a capitalist society and inundated with its many dark machinations since their childhood, but instead of becoming self-aware, they have become entrenched in the idea that the middle class is still an achievable goal for most people, and they're clinging on to that for dear life. They'll never understand the plight of the person who forgot their permission slip to go to Kaiba Land.
Professor
Thank you,
Hawkins. Marvel's trying to revolutionize me.
Mars!
Okay,
Just
that one
let
is
it
true.
in.
That one is true, Professor Hawkins. I am doing that. And if you'll lend an ear for just a moment, I may be able to get you on board as well.
I'm listening. And then Marvel revolutionized an entire bus of children.
Let me tell you about a man named Karl Marx.
So,
Speaking of Professor Hawkins, they start the duel, and Grandpa's like, I know this strat. I know this deck that Rebecca's using.
yeah, apparently this duel between Rebecca and Yuki happened point for point exactly the same, however many years ago when Grandpa and Professor Hawkins were hanging out in a cave.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess they
which
just
is-
don't release new cards.
Well, it's wild because, like, don't you shuffle decks? Hey, Heart of the
Yeah.
Card, did you plan this?
Heart of the Cards, what are you doing? Now I feel like the Heart of Cards did cheat in Yugi's favor just a little bit. If they were like, oh, I already know how this duel's going.
We gotta
also-
show Rebecca the Heart of the Cards. How about we just help Yugi cheat?
The Heart of Cards is just kind of doing a sense memory sort of thing.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do we want to get into the duel?
Yeah, let's get into
Yeah,
this
it's
duel.
time.
Yeah.
Also, Rebecca is Professor Hawkins' granddaughter.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness. You don't say. That's crazy. Whoa.
All right,
It's
so
so
welcome
wild.
to October, and you know what that means.
It means it's
spooky time.
spooky.
It's time for
So,
the
Rebecca-
spookiest episode of Deck of Friendship.
Yeah, we
Of
forgot
course.
that it was spooky until halfway through the episode, but it is.
Well, yeah.
So Rebecca summons the Witch of the Black Forest.
Skeletons.
spooky.
Sorry, I just had to throw a spooky thing in there.
Oh,
That's why I did the witch. That's
wait,
the
I want to do
tie-in,
one. I want to do
Mars.
one. I want to do one. I want to do
Okay,
one. Black cats are spooky, right?
Ooh.
Ooh.
They're so cute, though.
Yeah.
I like nuzzling their little faces.
Going under ladders. That's spooky.
That is spooky because, like, who knows how sturdy that thing is?
Yeah.
It's gonna
Mhm.
fall
What
and
if there's
whack
Especially
you
if
on the
there's like a
brain.
bucket on top.
Yeah, what if there's a paint
Mm.
can? What if somebody's painting?
That's just dangerous.
That's yeah,
People think you're just
irresponsible.
gonna get painted on, but also you're gonna
Irresponsible.
get knocked out.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, that seems more dangerous than spooky. But you know, I didn't invent the Halloween rules, so I guess I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
I'm the clown.
Cultural
Stepping on a
appropriation bit.
crack on the sidewalk. Spooky.
That is pretty spooky. That is so. Breaking a mirror. Now that I think about it,
Okay, y'all are
Kinda
just
spooky.
naming unlucky things according to culture.
It's kind of spooky. I'm just saying it's spooky.
Cracking a mirror can be spooky because then you look at it and then your face is kind of broken up too. It's like
that's
spooky.
messed up. That's kind of spooky.
Y'all, I'm gonna give you something really terrifying to think about. Okay, just
Okay.
sit down.
All right.
Okay.
We live in a capitalist society.
Oh no!
Oh God! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
You're gonna have nightmares.
Thank
for-
God it was just a scary story,
Yeah.
and it's definitely not real.
Knock knock! It's me, a capitalist. Let me
No!
Pegasus, what are you doing here?
Hey, how come we haven't heard from Pegasus this episode? I really
He's
do
sick.
hope he's okay.
in. Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah,
It's fine.
he's very sick.
Oh no, that's bad.
Just so sick.
We should make him a get well card.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
yeah.
good
Let's
idea.
write a get well card for Pegasus.
I mean, he's kind of a jerk,
yeah,
but you know,
I
he
mean-
did that transphobic thing last episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just get an already written one at the store. Like we don't have to write anything. We can just sign our names.
Let's get him one of those edible arranged.
Let's just fill
Yes,
his
yes.
hospital room with edible arrangements until no one can move and get to him to help him
Exactly.
if he needs help.
This sounds
Except-
like an
Except
evil
here's the
plan.
thing is that, like, you know, edible arrangements, that's good, right? Like those are fun nice things, but also like the best part of the edible arrangements is the pineapple. So why not just make them all pineapple slices? So his room is just filled with pineapple slices.
What if?
That's a good idea, but I can't afford people slicing them. Let's just buy a bunch of pineapples and fill his room with
What
it.
if?
I think that's a great idea. Let's fill his room with pineapples.
Either pineapples or ham.
What about both?
Yeah, just fill his room with pineapples and ham.
Yeah, because the smell.
Honestly, that doesn't sound bad.
The
now that
smell.
I'm
not at all.
Eventually, the smell will get very unfortunate.
Oh God, you're right. Oh
Eventually, but not right away.
Yeah, right away it'll be great.
Well, yeah, because it's a false sense of security thing of like, my room is filled with pineapples and ham. How wonderful! And then like a week later, you're like, well, I can't eat any of it, and it's still here. So,
and it's literally just filling the room.
yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, back to this duel.
Abrupt end to bit.
So Rebecca summons the Witch of the Black Forest, and you know this already. You've been here for that part of the episode. You understand this, viewer. I don't mean to patronize you. I respect your time, and that's why I'm going to talk about the second turn instead. You see, Yugi summons Celtic Guardian, as Yugi is oft wont to do, and attacks the Witch of the Black Forest. And, basically, just, the most cut and dry, somebody plays a card and somebody attacks it and it gets destroyed that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
But there's a twist.
Until the Witch of the Black Forest hits the graveyard and its effect activates, which lets Rebecca search her deck for a new monster, a new friend, as long as it has 1,500 or less defense.
Yeah. Although she doesn't seem to consider any of her cards friends.
Not at all. She's very rude and disrespectful, calls them crummy. I'm very upset with Rebecca for not giving respect to monsters.
Yeah, she's very mean
Exactly.
to her monsters.
It's unfair.
Completely unfair.
And then she summons Sangan, which is a card that I own.
Yeah.
I do too, I think, somewhere.
I have one, and it's like, it looks just like a regular card, but the letters in the name are shiny for some reason.
It's like a Karibo, but scarier.
It is, yeah, it is. It's like a Karibo, but it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, for Halloween.
Karibo's sort of a delightful little friend. Sangan's kind of like if Karibo was not.
It's like
a delightful little friend.
If Karibo is a Mogwai from the movie Gremlins, then Sangan is the gremlin from the movie Gremlins.
I desperately wish I understood that reference.
Yeah, me too.
You're talking to two
Yeah.
people who have seen no movies, one of which has a podcast about having seen no movies.
I've only seen movies from the 80s, and that's not always a great thing.
That's like 60% of movies.
I thought you were about to say I've only seen Gremlins.
I've basically only seen Gremlins. I've only seen Gremlins, Beetlejuice, and Power Rangers.
I've only seen the Lego movie, Into the Spider-Verse, and Hot Fuzz.
I'm not going to name all the movies I've seen, because it's more than you think now. So, Yugi...
Go listen to mock footage.
To find out which movies Ray has seen.
Yeah.
Because the entire list is on there.
Yeah,
It's
basically.
true. Yugi destroys Sangan, and then the same effect happens where it goes to the graveyard, and then Rebecca gets to add another monster but this time with 1,500 attack or lower.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. And then...
Oh no.
It seems like my first thought for this was, okay, so Rebecca's strategy is to discard as many cards as possible for some reason.
Yeah.
That seems
And
to
you
be
were
her
right.
winning strat.
And
it
you
turns
were
out I was
right.
right, because then she activates the card Tribute to the Doom to discard a card from her hand and destroy Celtic Guardian.
Yeah.
So that's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty upsetting to watch too. I feel like part of it has to do with the fact that Celtic Guardian does not sound like a human person. It just looks like a human person, but when it dies, it has like this gut-wrenching, like, bestial howl.
Yeah, it's really upsetting to hear some of the monsters make noises, because it's never what you expect.
Yeah, and especially because Celtic Guardian just looks like a dude.
Celtic Guardian looks like he's in cosplay for another character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I never thought of it that way, but
It was the
it's
best
true.
Link cosplay they could do without saying Link.
Yeah.
There's a closet Link cosplay.
And then Rebecca puts down another monster. Woo. Fun.
Woohoo. Good for you, Rebecca. You're not special. Yugi I don't know why I'm getting so confrontational with a child.
It's because she's rude.
She's rude.
She's mean to her monsters.
She's mean to everybody.
Yugi summons a summoned skull.
Yeah. This entire time, she is like very, very aggressively yelling at Grandpa.
Grandpa's a liar. Yugi, take your turn. I'm bored. Like,
what do you think,
down.
Teddie?
Oh, you think I should destroy Yugi and bury him in the ground? That's a great idea.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that maybe Teddie is the bad influence here. I think that Rebecca's just a child.
Didn't at one point Teddie say, "I will consume you"?
Yeah.
I'm sure. That sounds like something Teddie would say. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest, the first episode we watched was a little bit of a blur to me. Just so y'all know, we watched these episodes on different days because we watched the first episode and I was very sick. And I just didn't remember most of it. But I did remember that Rebecca did take dark orders from the bear, who is, as far as I can tell, controlling her thoughts and actions.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Teddie is a parasitic organism that has...
Oh, no.
Which is, why she never drops him, is because he's literally attached to her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gross. I hate this.
Well, look, she's into creepy stuff. She's a gross kid.
Yeah, but it's not her fault Teddie's parasiting on her. That's not what that's called.
Well, it might be a parasitic relationship. It might be more of a symbiotic one. Science isn't really sure.
Science isn't sure. And even if it was, I'm not sure I would want to know the answer. So, Yugi tries to attack Rebecca's set monster, which is upside down, so he doesn't know what it is. And it turns out to be a Millennium Shield. And so Yugi's attack fails. He loses some life points, as one does. And then Rebecca's turn happens.
And then Rebecca's turn happens.
She makes a ring of magnetism happen, which increases the Millennium Shield's defense, because it wasn't defensive enough already.
Yeah.
Oh no, it decreases it. It decreases it! Oh wow, wait, I forgot.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. It was decreased. Oh, yeah. Now it's 2,500.
Because it gives it another effect instead, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
It makes it so that if Yugi's monsters try to attack something, they have to attack the Millennium Shield.
2,500 defense is nothing to scoff at, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That was a good idea.
Summon Skull couldn't take it down.
And then she summons Cannon Soldier, who is a big, beefy boy. And
a big, beefy boy.
And the Cannon Soldier can just run free, play free, live strong, and shoot many lasers at Yugi's monsters. Because the Ring of Magnetism just means that Yugi can't do anything about it just by attacking.
Yeah. And Yugi tries to attack.
And then it doesn't.
But it doesn't.
And then it doesn't, as it turns out.
And then it doesn't. He tries to...
It gets pulled in by the Ring of Magnetism.
He tries to do it, and then he can't.
Yeah.
He was a thinking type Yu-Gi-Oh hero. And then the Ring of Magnetism happened, and now he can't do it anymore. And then Rebecca draws Shadow Ghoul, and then summons another... Get this. Get this, everybody. She summons another Witch of the Black Forest. In attack position.
Yeah. She doesn't treat this one any better than the last one.
Nope.
Yeah, no, not great. Not great. Not great.
Not ideal.
Yeah, and guess what? Cannon Soldier has an effect, because every single one of her cards has some weird effect.
Yeah.
Where she can sacrifice a monster, in this case, Witch of the Black Forest, to do 500 direct damage to Yugi's life points. And then the Witch of the Black Forest effect happens because of that. Mm-hmm. And then gets another monster with 1,500 or lower defense, and it seems like Yugi's on the ropes? Not really.
Yeah, she has way less life points than him, but, he's like, oh no.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no.
It's the end of part one, so of course it's going to be a little spooky.
Mm-hmm. That's another spooky thing.
It was interesting because in the first it was interesting because in the first episode it seemed like Yugi spent a lot of time underestimating her, and then by the end of the second episode it kind of just turned out that he was right.
She was putting on an act of being a little child when she's actually a very smart duelist. Yes, she just doesn't have a heart.
Yeah.
Right. She just has no heart, and she hates monsters, which is sad.
Mm-hmm.
And has no respect for human beings.
Exactly. That is also true.
It's very true.
Yeah.
So I wonder what Yugi's gonna teach her by the end of the second episode.
Who knows? We just finished the first episode.
Now, here's the interesting thing about it, though.
There is something cut from the dub.
There's something cut from the dub.
Where Yami Bakura says, Millennium I got, and then licks it.
No!
He licks the eye.
No!
Without cleaning it.
Without cleaning it.
No!
Bakura! That's how
really-
you get ants.
Hey, guess what? That's not... Bakura's the real villain now. I don't care.
That's
gross.
disgusting.
I'm a nasty boy.
I'm
No!
I'm a nasty boy.
Stop! This is
Oh,
gross.
no.
At least use a clean wipe on it first. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not-
actually gagging a bit.
This'll be perfect for my music video.
Oh, I don't like it. At
don't
least
like
wash
it.
it first, Bakura.
No.
It's been inside of a man's face.
I know.
Stop.
All
Oh,
right.
another difference in adaptation, which like there's a few, but that one seemed important, and this one also doesn't seem important, but it's here anyways. All the sweat drops on Yugi's head are removed in the English dub.
Huh.
I mean, this is a pretty low stakes duel, so.
Yeah.
Yugi's not allowed to be a sweaty boy.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, Yami Yugi does not participate in this duel. It's just Yugi.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's nice.
That was kind of interesting. It's just like, it sort of goes to show that, like, he's not like using the power when he doesn't need to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I'm sure Yami Yugi trusts Yugi to take care of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I wish they had a talk about it.
He's like, I'm going to Steak and Shake. You can handle this.
Okay.
I've got to take a nap, Yugi.
I've been a busy little boy. I need to take a nap. Have fun.
Have fun. I'm going to watch Murder, She Wrote.
Okay,
So then the next episode
how does
happens.
this duel continue? I'm trying to think.
So,
Yugi has life points.
Yugi has life points, and he says, catapult, turtle?
And everyone says yes!
And then everyone says yes.
There's
And then
nothing-
everyone
There's no
clapped.
greater joy in my heart than when Catapult Turtle comes out, because you always know it's going to result in some really weird stuff.
Catapult turtle is like, hey, what up? And then Yugi's like, hey, what up, brain control? Which is a card that we've been seeing a lot recently from Yugi.
Mm-hmm.
To take control of the Millennium Shield and fling it right at Rebecca's life points. And completely destroying the Millennium Shield and getting rid of the magnetic ring.
Heck yeah, now we can hurt her.
Huh. I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Hurt her
Yeah.
life points, sorry!
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean,
it just from with a lack of context, it sounds bad.
like,
I say a lot of things out of context.
it wasn't an
It's fine.
incorrect
fair.
thing to say necessarily.
Yes, and then the Summon Skull destroys Cannon Soldier.
It's true.
Let's see. Oh, and then my idea of Rebecca's strat of discarding every card because she doesn't care about them. She uses Judgment Blaster and discards 5 cards from her hand to destroy all the monsters on Yugi's side of the field and destroys Summon Skull, right?
Yeah.
And then also summons Shadow,
And then also summons Shadow Ghoul.
which Shadow Ghoul has an effect, surprise, where it gains 100 attack for every monster in the graveyard, and Rebecca has 11 cards in the graveyard, and we have a cute scene of Joey going 100, 200, 300, and Taya's like 1100. Do math
Joey
faster.
never learned math.
It's true.
I never
Joey
learned
maybe,
math.
never
I don't
learned
know.
math. You never learned math. I got it back.
Yeah.
Joey time.
It's Joey time.
Hey,
It's good that I got it back because now that Pegasus is
it's sick.
Pegasus is out of commission. I'm running low on funny voices
we can always rely on good old Joey. Joey Wheeler.
There'll be more
Yeah.
characters, right? You can
Joey
play Rebecca.
Wheeler.
Of course.
Serenity. I'm sure we'll see Serenity.
No, that's the thing, is we have yet to get an update on Serenity.
We know Joey got the money.
We know Joey
so-
got the money, but we're waiting to catch up with Serenity. We'll see what happens.
Sorry, Serenity. I got the $3 million, but I accidentally spent it on phone games. But look
Joey.
look at all of these. Look at all of these cute anime pictures that I got in this rhythm game.
I was
It
trying
was
to
worth it.
I was trying to I was trying to unlock Toadette in Mario Kart Tour.
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing? Do you have to unlock characters with real money?
You don't have to with real money, but basically,
if Mario Kart Tour was a thing.
Yeah, it's real.
It's a phone game.
It's a phone game that just came out a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Wow. You learn something new every day.
Pauline's in it, and so is King
I thought it was a joke.
And it is very much a gotcha game, a gotcha Mario Kart.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yugi picks up a monster from his deck, also called Drawing, and then puts it down in defense.
Yugi gently picks up the card. He looks at it and then places it down on the field. He licks it without washing it.
He licks it and says, "Card got."
Card got.
And he didn't wash it first.
Didn't wash it.
Rebecca then uses Stop Defense and stops
defense.
Stops the defense. And so Dark Magician is revealed in attack position. Yugi's favorite card.
Yugi's favorite card is then destroyed by this monstrous shadow ghoul. And then Yugi does Swords of Revealing Light.
Of course, we do. Now, at some point during this duel, we get little snippets of the relationship between
let's check in with Gramps.
Arthur. I mean, we just did Swords of Revealing Light. We have 3 turns to tell the story. So
You're right.
Let's do it now.
Yeah.
So Yugi's grandpa has many a wisdom from his time in Egypt.
Yeah.
This part of the episode is just it's bad.
No,
it's just bad. It's just
Japan.
bad.
You should know about cultural appropriation, right?
So you know that thing where people, instead of accepting the reality that the ancient Egyptians were smart and had genuine technological advancements and were studying stuff and learning stuff, that they instead got all of their knowledge from aliens or some sort of magic or
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, as it turns out.
Who knew that people of color could do things?
Yeah, who knew that ancient people who weren't white also had grand civilizations?
Well, not the writers of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Certainly,
that's for sure.
Certainly not the writers of Yu-Gi-Oh!
There is an implication that hieroglyphs are drawings of Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters.
There is a little
Actually,
bit.
not even a suggestion. It's text. They say that the hieroglyphs are Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Professor Hawkins?
That's a really cute, fun thing that they said.
It's a really just fun and adorable, fun, goofy thing that they said for laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Welcome to Oof of Friendship.
Welcome to Oof of Friendship.
We're back to Oof of
I feel like
Friendship.
we're having a few of these.
Well, it's been a little bit since, I think the last, big Oof of Friendship was from the Paradox Brothers.
Yeah, that was Oof of Friendship for sure. There was a little Oof of Friendship last episode because of the whole
it was. We didn't officially call it
3 seconds. Yeah,
we didn't officially call it an Oof of Friendship, but it was definitely
that was an Oof.
That was definitely an Oof of Friendship.
Oof of Friendship for sure.
Yeah, and this is another one, and it's a big one because it's basically erasing an entire culture of people.
Oops.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Can't hold all of these limes.
Can't hold all those limes. Nope.
I can't. I just can't hold all of these limes.
Nope.
So yeah, and then Grandpa and Professor Hawkins.
Grandpa and Professor Hawkins meet. Is they're both explaining to the audience. It's bad. But then they get trapped underground for cultural appropriation crimes.
It's a continuation of this weird Victorian fascination of Egypt.
Yeah.
And it's so weird.
Yeah.
The writers use that to insert Professor Hawkins and Grandpa into going onto this archaeological dig because people were super into Egypt as a history, but not treating it with respect. It was just exotic and interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they'll let anyone go on these archaeological digs because, to what the audience knows, Grandpa is just a card shop owner. Oops.
It's just this same old stereotype of, everything in ancient Egypt and everything in the ancient Aztec times. It was all just bumming around and doing sacrifices and mysticism.
Oof of friendship.
Oof of friendship.
So they get trapped underground together, and they decide that since they're running out of water, they'll duel with gamer cards to see who gets to drink the last of the water. And apparently, the duel that they did is the exact same one that's happening now, to a T.
Yeah. To the point where Grandpa is like, you might be surprised onto where this is going.
I already know because this duel happened already.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not going to question that further.
No one's going to question this at all.
What if Grandpa is exuding his own psychic powers since they're the same decks, to influence the duel to happen the same way, to teach Rebecca a lesson?
Are you insisting that Professor Hawkins did this to Rebecca's deck?
I think so. It seems like...
Yeah,
It seems like Grandpa and Hawkins were totally in on this whole thing.
Yeah. Because after the duel is over, Professor Hawkins just walks in.
Yeah.
Like, he just appears. Like, he was hiding in the shadows, and then he was like, oh, the duel's over?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good timing.
Okay, yeah, let's finish this duel. It's very quick.
We're almost out.
It's very quick.
Swords of Revealing Right. Everything stops, because that's what that card do.
Yeah.
Yugi uses Monster Reborn and summons Dark Magician from the graveyard. Rebecca summons another Cannon Soldier, and then Dark Magician kills the Cannon Soldier, adding another card to the graveyard for Shadow Ghoul. And then Rebecca passes her turn, and then Swords of Revealing Light ends. And then Yugi draws a card, and then surrenders.
Yeah.
Because the card if he played it, he would have won. But he has to teach Rebecca a lesson about friendship and being a gamer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He even tries to have a lecture, but he doesn't have Yami Yugi to do the lecture voice this time, and Rebecca's like, shut up.
Yeah, Rebecca's like, I don't want to hear this.
It's interesting to finally have an effective foil for Yugi's lecture strategy.
Someone saying shut up?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody just being able to step in and be like, you'll never believe this, but I don't want to hear anything you're saying.
I didn't ask.
Didn't ask, not even once.
And so instead of giving Rebecca a lecture and then showing her the error of her ways, he just skips through that and says, okay, you win. How do you feel about that, loser? And then Professor Hawkins comes out and berates his granddaughter.
A dramatic introduction, apparently having listened to this entire thing, waiting for his moment, to just prove that Yugi would have won the duel and that Rebecca should, chill out for a second. Just
for a second.
Treat humans and monsters with respect.
Yeah, just be a better person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Rebecca is lectured by 3 people on how to be kinder and how Yugi's great at that. And then she's like, I'm sorry. And then Yugi gives her ties of friendship.
Yeah. Okay, oof of friendship, but from a different perspective. It's not it's not culturally insensitive, but it is an oof moment.
Why would you do that?
You did work
Yugi?
incredibly hard to get that card, and then you were just also, a little insensitive, Yugi. Pegasus hand-painted that.
It's true.
That was a gift, dude. You can't just give that away.
And, Pegasus...
And then gives it to some random girl he just met.
Pegasus legit, it's called Ties of Friendship. Pegasus painted that specifically for Yugi because he knows that Yugi's all about that.
Yeah. Yugi's a big friendship stan.
Yeah.
Does this mean that Yugi is creating a forged friendship with Rebecca? Probably, but we don't... we don't spend enough time with Rebecca.
We won't know for 100
enough.
Episodes.
Rebecca Hawkins is the 5th piece of Exodia!
There we go. We did it.
We finally figured it out.
Oh my gosh.
She's the brain because she's a genius.
But that's just a theory.
So, what did we think about these episodes?
They're okay.
They were fine.
They're fine.
It was good falling action for Duelist Kingdom.
I'm glad that we got the closure, but at what cost?
At what cost?
Well, let's see. Cultural insensitivity, a really rude girl, possibly a parasitic relationship, learning that Joey can't do math,
losing the ties of friendship.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a big cost.
Apparently Joey can't count to 11.
Yeah.
My poor boy.
It's
my poor boy. That's how you know he's gay.
Aha!
It's true.
He can't do math.
Yeah. Rebecca and by extension Professor Hawkins are a very it's like their dueling style is like, it's a really weird, like, gimmicky strategy that like feels like nothing when you're playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, it seems like it didn't work out that great.
It seems like it didn't super work out that great, yeah.
And there's not like a bunch of chances to put like 900 cards in the graveyard, so there's not really. I just don't see it working. I just don't see it working because you're also hemorrhaging life points while you do it.
Yeah, I mean, though, you know, she is the American champion, so I guess
there's got to be something.
There's got to be something to it, yeah. Or maybe
they're counters.
Or maybe like her championship deck is a different deck, and this is just her grandfather's deck, which is a symbolic thing for this duel. Yeah. Because
this is where she learned how to duel. She wanted you to use this to beat Grandpa.
Yeah.
So I guess nobody in America respected their cards enough to beat Rebecca.
It seems like it, because all of the American characters we know, Pegasus, Bandit Keith.
Don't
invoke the name of Bandit Keith.
And Rebecca are all really disrespectful towards
I hope we meet
everyone.
A good American one day.
Maybe one day.
I mean, I guess Hawkins was all right.
He sounded British.
It's a shame that when they were trapped in the tomb, Grandpa had to eat him to survive.
Yeah, twice. Yeah. But then his corpse regenerated, and it was fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He has a granddaughter who doesn't give respect to anyone.
For anybody who was wondering, that didn't happen in the episode.
No, that happened during our
show
viewing.
it. That's more of a personal headcanon.
Yeah, no, I think. Well, you know, I think there are weirder things that have happened in the show than somebody being able to, whose superpower is to be able to be eaten a lot.
I think these episodes were interesting for the falling action of Duelist Kingdom, and also revealing some very bad lore that the writers have for Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is cultural insensitivity for
I feel like we're going to see much more of that.
Yeah, and this was step one of like, oh, this is the history of duel monsters.
Step one was episode 40. This is step 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's going to keep happening as we learn more about, the history of duel monsters.
Yeah.
So, get ready for that.
Well, get ready for that.
If you're ever worried about people stealing and reposting your art, just remember that even if future generations find your drawings, they're going to attribute it to aliens. So,
yeah.
Wow.
Lighten up a little.
Wow.
It feels terrible.
Wow.
As an artist, I hope people will feel the irony behind those words.
Well, I guess we'll find out more about all of this in I don't know how many seasons of Deck of Friendship. But
whenever we come
back to it, and we will, but we don't
eventually. We're putting the wrap on Yu-Gi-Oh! After the next few episodes. So.
Yeah. We're going to be moving on to Fighting Foodons in a couple of episodes.
Get ready for the big goodbye.
Yeah.
Get ready for the tears.
Yeah, the
tears.
Now, I know basically what the last 4 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Are for the season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that
Is it a good send-off?
I don't think it's going to be a teary send-off.
No, I'm excited, though.
That's fair.
I'm excited for these.
I have no idea
episodes.
what to expect based on those words, but I'll just assume I'm ready for it.
I don't remember all of it, so
we'll do.
See. We'll see.
Welcome to Card Corner, everybody. We're going to talk about ties of friendship.
Yeah, let's talk about ties of friendship, shall we?
Oh, there it goes. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let's continue. That's Card Corner.
Let's give away ties of friendship.
We've skipped Card Corner 3 episodes in a row.
It's fine. It's not relevant right now.
That's fair. We're not really seeing much new stuff.
Yeah.
Mirror Shield was cool.
Shadow Ghoul.
We could do Shadow Ghoul.
Was it called Mirror Shield? Mirror Shield?
Is that what it's called? Millennium Shield?
Millennium Shield.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in that Link's Awakening mindset still.
The text on the Millennium Shield isn't that interesting. Yeah.
What does it say?
A famous shield said to belong to an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. Legends tell of its power to block any strong attack.
And guess what? The ancient Egyptians made that themselves. It was not bestowed upon them by ghosts or aliens.
Yeah, no, they just did it. Yeah, they had forges.
They just made a shield.
Research.
They made a cool shield.
They had expert blacksmiths who forged this shield by themselves. They gathered the materials, they did it.
And then Pegasus went down to Egypt and took a picture of it on his flip phone, and then he made a card out of it and said, "Look, aliens did it!"
The design does look like something that might maybe be in a Zelda game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe that's what caught me off guard.
Maybe.
Quick shout out to gays that can do math. I know I did a lot of ragging on gays who can't do math, and I don't want people to think that invalidates gays who can do math. I'm very proud of them. Gays in STEM, you're killing it. I'm so happy for you and all of the hard work you do. So shout out to gays who can do math. That's important for me to advertise.
I mean, as you know, we proved that this episode that Joey is a gay who can't do math, but we also proved that Taya is a gay who can.
It's
exactly.
True. Yeah, it's all good. People have different skill sets.
Yeah. It looks like to me.
What does it look like?
It looks like, and I'm gonna have to wipe off all of the dirt in this archaeological site. But it looks like our hand's been played. I don't know how I pulled that out of the dirt, but I did. Thank you so much for listening to Deck of Friendship. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a rating on iTunes, or just sharing it with a friend is also really, really cool. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter at FriendshipDeck, and you can find our email at deckofriendshippod@gmail.com. Thank you once again for listening to Deck of Friendship. Our turn is over. It's your move.
Shout out to gays that don't like October, though, also.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the summer gays, the spring gays, Yeah.
Shout out to gays who can juggle, and also to gays who can't.
Shout out to gays.
Shout out to gays.
Shout out to gays.